at 11.
2 New York police sergeants shot in the line of duty, 1 killed. Tonight we're learning about that deadly confrontation.
A busy Boston area highway shut down. The bridge demolition that could cause major traffic trouble.
We're 3 points up nationwide and going like a rocket.
Donald Trump barnstorms New Hampshire. As music megastars rally for Hillary Clinton.
Caught on camera, a fiery crash at a gas station, and the drama didn't end there.
If you have 5 minutes and a smartphone, there's a new way to save money. Forget clipping coupons for groceries.
There is a simple way to save, and we have it now at 11.
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News at 11.
And we begin with breaking news tonight. Billerica police are searching for a driver who hit an officer and dragged him with his car.
That's right, and we know tonight that they are looking for a green Dodge Caravan. It has a Rhode Island license plate. You see it there, the number is IY888. After the officer was dragged, he was checked out by medics at the scene and does not appear to have serious injuries.
Police are telling us that they saw this green Caravan outside of a Rite Aid. The officer approached the vehicle because of suspected drug use. The officer then, according to police, opened the door and identified himself to the person. At that point, the person backed up the car about 15 feet, bringing the officer with the car, and then took off. But again, the officer checked out at the scene by medics and seems to be okay, but the search is on now for that vehicle. And of course, this is a story that we're going to stay on top of.
That's right.
Also here tonight, a developing story in New York City. 1 police officer killed, his partner badly injured after a shootout in the Bronx. The victim is a 19-year veteran on the force and a married father of 2.
WBZ's Katie Brace is live in our satellite center tonight, and Katie, police shot and killed this gunman.
Lisa and David, a tough day for the NYPD. 2 officers were doing their job when a suspect opened fire on them at close range. Police descended on this Bronx neighborhood. A gunfight with a suspect injured a New York City police sergeant and killed another.
It's with tremendous sorrow that I inform you of the murder of Sergeant Paul Tuazzolo.
He was a 19-year veteran of NYPD with a wife and 2 young children. Friday afternoon, a woman called 911 saying an armed man broke into her apartment. He was the estranged husband of a woman living at the home. 4 officers arrived. He fled in a red Jeep. The officers spotted that Jeep by a ball field, and as they approached, he opened fire with a .45 caliber semi-automatic gun, and they shot back.
It was close quarters when the weapons were fired.
Police killed the 35-year-old suspect. Sergeant Tuazzolo was shot in the head. Sergeant Emmanuel Quo was hit in the leg.
There's nothing worse than a day like today.
News of the shooting spread throughout the police family. Boston police tweeted out, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the family, friends, and fellow officers of the 2 NYPD sergeants shot today in the line of duty." The suspect has 17 prior arrests in the county where he currently lived, many of them for domestic-related disputes. Sergeant Quo is in stable condition in the hospital right now. Reporting live in the Satellite Center, Katie Brace, WBZ News.
Now at 11, a warning for drivers this weekend. A major highway is shut down. Closing a stretch of 128 in Needham could create major problems. Crews are taking down an old bridge in order to expand the highway. And the key is knowing how to get around it and when. WBZ's Jim Smith is live tonight in Needham. Jim?
Lisa, that is the key, and you know they've actually set up a pretty good way tonight to get around the demolition zone. So far, so good. Let me get out of the way and show you here. You're looking at actually northbound traffic on Route 128, but that traffic is being diverted off of the road here at Highland Ave, and then those cars and trucks are able to get right back on the highway. A busy Friday night for highway and work crews demolishing the Highland Avenue Bridge over 128 in Needham. The 85-year-old bridge is coming down, part of an ongoing project to widen the highway. In the end, it will help commuters, but in the meantime, it'll be traffic chaos in the area.
Yeah, it was really long. Yeah, it was like 15, 20 minutes, like maybe 500 feet.
At a standstill, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get home. I have many different routes, but it should be very, very interesting.
It all began around 8 o'clock Friday night. 128 northbound traffic will be diverted off the highway and then guided back onto 128 until 3 p.m. Saturday. Then southbound traffic will get the same rerouting between 6 o'clock Saturday and 3 p.m. Sunday. Sometime between 3 and 6 Saturday, both north and southbound travelers will be detouring.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It'll be done in a couple days and everybody will be back to business. Flow better.
But this weekend, roads like Highland Ave could be gridlocked. It's an extra challenge for area businesses like the Three Squares Craft Kitchen restaurant.
Short-term pain for long-term gain. I think during the project for this weekend may hinder business a little bit, but hopefully we'll be able to attract our normal crowd, and they'll find ways to get to us.
Hopefully that will be the case. You're looking at live pictures here in Needham of the demolition crews. I was going to say construction crews, but they're definitely demolition crews. Are going to town there on the old Highland Avenue Bridge. It's 85 years old. That's why all this diversion, that's why all these detours, so that they can get this work done over the weekend. But as I said, so far so good with these detour plans. Hey, we had experience last weekend with the demolition of the toll booth, so we're traffic veterans by now. Live in Needham, Jim Smith, WBZ News.
My fingers will still be crossed. Jim Smith, thank you. Campaign 2016 tonight. It is an all-out sprint to the finish, down to just 4 days until the election. And tonight, star power on the campaign trail as both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump race to lock down every last vote. WBC's Liam Martin live in studio with us. And Liam, the candidates really pulling out all the stops, as you can see.
David, Hillary Clinton needs to build a lead in early voting in Ohio if she's going to steal that state from Trump. And this weekend, she's hoping that star power can energize her base.
The next president of the United States is Hillary Clinton.
Beyonce and Jay-Z taking the stage Friday night with Hillary Clinton in Ohio as she urges young people there to vote early.
I want my daughter to grow up seeing a woman lead our country.
Clinton launching a Rust Belt sweep Friday, hitting Pittsburgh, Detroit, and Cleveland, pitching to working-class voters.
We're going to raise the national minimum wage, and we're going to join every other advanced economy and make sure we've got paid family and medical leave so you can take care of the people.
And taking aim at Trump on his record with American workers.
The steel workers sure know. He chose to build 2 of his buildings with Chinese steel and aluminum instead of supporting America's steel industry and American steel workers.
I didn't have to bring J-Lo or Jay-Z. The only way she gets anybody.
Donald Trump for his part in Pennsylvania for this rally, and earlier in the day in New Hampshire attacking Clinton.
As you know, the FBI now has multiple open criminal investigations into Hillary Clinton.
3 polls out Thursday show Trump tied with Clinton for the state's 4 electoral votes, and he thinks this is where he can break Clinton's electoral firewall.
We're 4 days away from the change you've been waiting for your entire life.
Both candidates will be focusing their sights on New Hampshire in the closing days. Clinton is in the Granite State Sunday. On Monday, both President Obama and Trump will hit the state. Lisa?
Liam, thank you. Tonight, police agencies around the country and in 3 states in particular are on guard against a terrorist threat. Based on chatter, they suspect al-Qaeda could be planning an attack around Election Day. WBZ's Louisa Moeller is live in Boston tonight, where, Louisa, police were already on alert.
Well, that's right, Lisa. And to be very clear, the FBI says there is no specific or credible threat to our area, but law enforcement in Massachusetts and across the country is preparing for a variety of worst-case scenarios.
A federal alert warning that polling places could be attractive targets for lone wolf-style attacks. And law enforcement sources tell CBS News another threat could come from al-Qaeda. Intelligence pointing to potential attacks in Texas, Virginia, and New York.
So it is a little bit concerning. I think people probably do need to be a little careful.
Here in Massachusetts, the news raising some eyebrows. Boston police were already on guard as an early voting line wound through City Hall Friday.
With social media, the kids can mobilize pretty quick.
Commissioner William Evans says his officers are also preparing for another type of threat, unrest based on election results.
It's been a hotly contested, and we'll have extra officers around should there'd be some groups acting out.
All all of this not enough to deter Maria Sepulveda, a native of Chile. This is the first U.S. election she will vote in.
It's not going to stop me because I earned it, and I'm going to go to vote on Tuesday. And I'm telling you, they're not going to stop me to have fun or go out or do whatever I need to do.
And Sheldon Aronoff says he refuses to live in fear.
If something's going to happen, it's going to happen, and we have no control over it.
Massachusetts State Police are also ramping up patrols for Election Day and night. Live in Boston, Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
WBZ and CBS News have you covered on election night. Scott Pelley and our team at the network begin special live coverage at 7 o'clock. And they'll be on all night with the very latest in the race for president at 9 o'clock. We hope you'll join us on CBSBoston.com and on our Facebook page for a special election webcast.
Live look over Boston right now. The theme of the night and the theme of the weekend really is normal November. Forget the 60s. The temperatures are going back to normal. Eric Fisher in the Weather Center. And Eric, the only thing that's a little out of whack is we changed the clocks.
Yes, that's true. Tomorrow night we'll be setting those clocks back an hour, extra hour of sleep, and of course it gets a little bit darker in the evening. And tonight, much chillier than this time last night. Look at the temperature change. It's 24 degrees colder at this time in Taunton than it was last night, and a good 11 degrees colder in Boston. That means we're falling back into the 30s, even some 20s already in northern Worcester County and into southwestern New Hampshire, where the growing season continues toward Cape Cod. There's a frost advisory out until tomorrow morning. For tomorrow's weather, see a few of those snow showers in Canada. They'll return to a couple of sprinkles and some clouds. Otherwise, fairly quiet weekend forecast. We'll run through that in Election Day coming up. Lisa?
All right, thank you, Eric. We have some new information on the breaking news we brought you at the top of the show. We now have this mugshot of the man Billerica police are looking for. He's accused of assaulting a police officer tonight. Police say Erica Blennis dragged the officer 15 feet while the officer was investigating drug activity in a green Dodge van. The officer, by the way, is okay. Here's the license plate number. It's a Rhode Island license plate, IY888. If you have any information, you are urged to call police.
A huge consumer story tonight. Samsung recalling washing machines because they can blow apart, putting you and your family at risk. Now, this affects 3 million Samsung washing machines, and so far, 9 people have been hurt when their machines just exploded mid-wash. A local grandmother from Weymouth told us that she's furious that something wasn't done sooner.
While they're taking their time deciding what to do. This is a no-brainer, folks. You get these machines out. They're time bombs.
The recall involves 34 different models. Owners can get a free in-home repair kit or a rebate to get a new washer. For more information, visit our website, cbsboston.com.
This was a wild police chase, and it ended with an explosive crash.
The suspect slamming into a gas station, but the drama, it doesn't stop there.
A woman is found alive, chained inside a storage container, why investigators now worry about what else they'll find on the property.
Plus, tonight we show you a simple move to save you money at the supermarket, and you never have to clip a coupon.
If it's possible to be famous and yet not really well known, that describes the father who raised me. My father not only has the strength and ability necessary to be our next president, but also the kindness and the greatness of heart that will enable him to be the leader that this country needs. My father wants all Americans to succeed. No one has more faith in the American people than my father. He will fight for you all the time, every time.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. So we wired the Wagner's house with 100 meg internet, which means that in the time it takes Mr. Wagner to pour a 20-ounce cup of coffee, Tommy can download 30 songs and Jan can upload 120 photos. 12 seconds. That's the power of fiber optics. This is your last chance to get super fast 100 meg internet, TV, and phone for just $69.99 per month online. This is your final week to get this great deal, only from Fios.
The 2017 Toyota Corolla versus Honda Civic. What advanced safety features come standard? Corolla. Pre-collision system? Check. Lane departure alert? Check. Radar cruise control? Check. Auto high beams? Check. Want that in a Civic? Write a check. With Civic, its advanced safety features are not standard on all its models, forcing you to buy a $26,000 Civic or a $1,000 options package. Corolla. Check one out. Toyota. Let's go places.
My mom and I love shooting hoops, but you know what?
She can still learn a few things from me, just like I've learned a lot from her. Mom helps with homework, she helped Dad start his business, and she even fought to put bad guys in jail. Now, Mom helps make laws that help people, especially when they need it most. I'm really proud of her. And she's taught me that with hard work, I can do anything.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Kate, and we approve this message.
Tonight, on the same South Carolina property where police rescued a woman who had been chained up for 2 months, they have found a body. 30-year-old Kayla Brown had been missing since August. She says she has been held since then in a storage unit by a registered sex offender. Police are now sweeping the fields on his property with a sense that they will find other bodies.
Some dramatic video tonight captures the fiery end of a police chase at a New Jersey gas station. You watch as the driver slams into the pump, causing a huge fireball. Well, seconds later, police come rushing in to arrest the man, and what does he do? He actually charges right at them, but they tackle him to the ground and him under arrest.
Okay, so on a cheerier note here, we're talking about the weekend on a Friday night, and if you have soccer in the morning, it's going to go.
It is going to go. It's going to look good. We have basketball in the morning. That's indoors, but pretty good weekend, I'm thinking here, Eric.
Yeah, it looks pretty just cool and quiet. I always find November to be a very nondescript month when it comes to the weather. And just getting chilly outside tonight. 43 degrees in Boston right now. Northwest breeze at 9 miles per hour. And I wanted to share this picture. Carrie McAndrew sent this picture in. She says it's called Hanging On to Autumn. A little bumblebee there, hanging on to the flowers that are still blooming. Some areas still kind of persisting, even though we've had a couple of cold nights. And tonight is going to be another one of those cold nights. Down to 36 in Worcester. Orange is already down to 27 degrees. Still breezy toward Cape Cod. That's why temperatures are into the 40s. There should be a window there late tonight where the winds will slacken and temperatures will drop back into the 30s. But the cool air is directed right at us here in New England, and that'll keep it a very seasonal weekend. Coast to coast, I mean, really no active weather. It is as quiet as could be for this time of year. We are watching a few clouds here approaching the St. Lawrence River Valley. They're going to drop down by tomorrow morning, bringing us a mix of sun and clouds and maybe even a slight chance of a sprinkle. So tomorrow morning's temps were mainly in the 20s to low 30s. It is going to be a chilly Saturday morning. And watching that system I mentioned, tomorrow morning bring you some cloud cover. I think very few of these showers are actually going to reach the ground. You might feel a couple of sprinkles coming through, but no significant rain, nothing that would change any plans. And then as we head through the rest of the day, again, it's partly cloudy skies. As we head through tomorrow night, a chance for a couple more sprinkles. And then on Sunday, the wind's going to be right out of the north, and that's going to create some ocean effect clouds around the South Shore, Cape Cod, and the islands in particular. And again, a chance for a sprinkle or a light rain shower on Sunday. Meanwhile, farther to the west, we will have brighter skies. And so all told, not a whole lot going on. Temperatures in the low 50s for tomorrow. Chance for those sprinkles to start the day, a westerly breeze at about 5 to 15. Tomorrow night, again, a chance for a sprinkle. Stop me when this sounds like a broken record. It won't be cold enough to create any icy spots. And then on Sunday, the clouds will linger toward the coastline and the Cape. Sunday's a cooler day, that north breeze at 10 to 20. And so I think tomorrow is the better day to be outside. A little milder if you want to get some yard work in, mainly in the middle 50s. We're in the upper 40s to low 50s on Sunday. When you include that breeze, it will definitely be a chilly end of the weekend. Also, of course, we fall back. We've been talking about this all week. It means our sunrise moves to 6:24 in the morning on Sunday and our sunset at 4:31. Always a good time to replace the batteries and the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors as well. A little preview next week. It is warm all across the country. Warm in November is a relative term, but I think you'll like the forecast here as we head into next week. Monday, low 50s, sunshine, 60s for Election Day Tuesday, near 60 on Wednesday, and the 60s may be back on Thursday, so a pretty mild stretch. Only problem here, no rain in the 7-day forecast. David and Lisa, over to you.
All right, lots of sunshine. Well, we have one deal after another here. You can save money on things that you buy every week without clipping a single coupon.
And new tonight, Kate Merrill shows us how to get cash back at the grocery store. And all you need is 5 minutes and a smartphone.
What else do we need, bud?
Finding good deals at the grocery store is a must for Kate Rulo of North Reading.
I do everything to try to save money.
That means putting in some work before heading to the store.
I cut coupons, I print them out online, I shop the sales.
And she uses apps like Checkout 51 and Ibotta. Both offer cash rewards on hundreds of popular products.
It has everything from, dairy items, produce, it even has alcohol on it.
The discounts range from just 25 cents to a couple of dollars each, but the savings over a year can add up quickly. Just ask Kate.
$200 is not something to sneeze at, so.
With Checkout 51, shoppers star items they plan to buy. After checkout, users claim their rewards and upload a photo of their receipt as proof. Same idea with Ibotta. First, shoppers choose their store, then unlock rewards. Users may have to watch a quick ad or answer a one-question survey.
Come into our app and spend a little time learning about a product that you might want to buy. And then if you buy that product and try it out, we will actually share our advertising revenue back with you in the form of a cash reward.
Ibotta users upload product barcodes and the receipt. The entire purchase will be reviewed to tailor future deals just for you.
There's so many offers. We want to put the 10 best or 15 best ones in front of each different consumer based on what they like.
For these 79-cent carrots, Kate saved 50 cents by doubling up on both apps.
29 cents. So it's a great deal. How can you go wrong?
Time well spent for this busy mom.
All in all, it takes 5 minutes out of your day. Everybody has 5 minutes to do that.
You need at least $20 in your account to cash out. Customers can get an online payment, a gift card, or a simple check in the mail. Kate Merrill, WBZ News.
That does add up.
Yeah, who doesn't like a check in the mail?
Right.
Very
Surprise.
exciting. A pretty busy week for the Patriots on their off week.
Next in sports, Tom Brady is talking about the trade that rocked New England. We'll be right back. Monday on WBZ this morning, high-tech security.
Using a drone to protect your home.
Right, try and warming up your election day forecast Monday morning, 4:30 to 7.
On election night, the choice is clear. Turn to WBZ and CBS News. Complete wall-to-wall coverage with Scott Pelley, John Dickerson, and the CBS News team starting at 7 on WBZ Channel 4. Plus local updates all night with David Wade, Lisa Hughes, and John Keller. And live streaming on CBSBoston.com. State-by-state results, expert insights, and full analysis of our local races and ballot questions. On election night, get closer with WBZ and CBS News.
No tax at Bernie and Phil. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. But wait, there's no room to bring the stuff home. Don't blow your top, you nerd. They deliver. No charge.
Welcome to Boomer Between the Games, sponsored by Xfinity. Let's jump right in. Time now for our Twitter question of the week, sponsored by Xfinity. And this question comes from @EthanA.Hansen. Besides Big Ben's injury, what's the biggest issue for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season? #BoomerBTG. It's pretty simple. I look at the pass defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I look at the amount of pressure that they're putting on opposing quarterbacks. They're 32nd in the league in sacks. They only have 8 sacks. They're 20th in the league in pass defense. So if Cam Hayward is not on the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers, that is a big loss. That was the guy that was also missing with Big Ben when they were playing the Patriots. Thanks for tuning in to Boomer Between the Games, sponsored by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Never looking away from the game for scores or snacks. With Xfinity X1 is the future of awesome.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon'.
Massachusetts newspapers rarely agree, but they do on question 2. They agree opponents have run a campaign of misinformation to spread fear through white affluent neighborhoods. They agree in the suburbs, question 2 will have no impact on their schools and their children. They agree it will provide vital choices for urban parents and help reduce the achievement gap. Question 2 is a kid's civil right. Join leading newspapers and Governor Baker in voting yes on 2.
Kids in life always look for deals. Like furniture for no money down. That's a deal. And me and your mom getting 2 for 1 at the same barbershop? That's a deal too.
WBZ Sports is driven by BMW. Test drive a BMW today at your Massachusetts BMW Center or visit us at bmwmass.com.
Well, not much left to say about Tom Brady. Tom Brady missed the first 4 games of the season this year, but ever since he's returned, he's been vintage Tom Brady. 12 touchdowns, no interceptions. The Patriots 4-0 and averaging 34 points per game. Brady's never looked better, which is saying something for someone who has already won 4 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs. And now Brady and his teammates will enjoy their bye week at the midway point of the season. One of Tom's teammates is now a former teammate, and Scott Zolak asked Tom in a one-on-one on Patriots All Access what it's like to have someone like Jamie Collins traded in the middle of a season.
It's challenging, when you lose players that you've, had relationships with and that you develop a special close bond with. And a lot of those guys, they become your friends and they're our friends forever. I mean, Richard Seymour, I love Richard. When I see him, it's like we haven't missed a day.
Yeah.
Lawyers the same way. And it's just part of, this NFL, as you know, when you're a part of it for a long time, you see so many things. And you become a little bit immune to all the transitions or changes, and it's whether it takes place in the spring or the summer or the fall. It's always tough, but you got to figure out how to process it so you can continue to move on and do what they asked and they pay me to do, which is do my job.
Well, to see that entire one-on-one with Tom Brady and Scott Zolak, catch the replay of Patriots All Access. Listen every Sunday morning on MyTV 38, 9 o'clock in the morning. 11:30 Sunday morning is the place to be, right here at WBZ for Patriots Game Day. No Pats game, but we still have our pregame show, followed by an NFL doubleheader. Steelers and Ravens kick off at 1, followed by the Colts and Packers. Sports Final starts just after midnight. Well, first, Mike Hazen left the Red Sox to take the general manager's job with the Diamondbacks, and now Hazen has hired John Farrell's right-hand man. Sox bench coach Torey Lovullo will get his first full-time managing gig as the new manager in Arizona. Lovullo was the Sox interim manager when Farrell left the team to undergo cancer treatment and has long been considered one of the top candidates for the next opening. When Hazen left for Arizona, many thought this was the right spot for Lovullo, and he'll be introduced as their new manager come Monday. Well, after a 108-year drought, 5 million people lined the 6-mile parade route from Wrigley Field to Grant Park. There was so much traffic today, the players couldn't get to the ballpark. So the parade started about an hour late, but when they were done, Anthony Rizzo had one person in particular to thank. That was David Ross.
He's taught me how to be. He's taught me a lot in life, on the field, off the field, how to be a better person. I'm forever grateful for him. And he's going out a champion forever. For the rest of his life, you could say the last game he played in, he's a world champion. Let's bring up David Ross.
Look what the boys got me!
Yeah, pretty good stuff. We'll see Ross as he now retires. He'll probably be in the front office one day with Theo, and who knows where Theo will go next to win another World Series. David and Lisa?
Definitely the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, no question. Thanks, Danny. Well, tonight, thousands of dollars were raised to help the lives of babies and toddlers who were born into poverty. The organization Room to Grow held its gala at the Weston Waterfront. Our own Kate Merrill emceed tonight's event, and WBZ is a proud media sponsor. Great organization.
Great organization, and great job by Kate.
A veteran loses a ring in Boston.
Next, how a Boston hospital is using social media, hopefully for a reunion.
Tonight, Cool Bear's all new with Viggo Mortensen.
Can I live with you?
Plus, Patton Oswalt. Tonight. And Monday, Stephen's going live the night before the election.
A former Exeter teacher committed sexual misconduct. The union leader said Maggie Hassan's husband covered it up. But Hassan took campaign cash from the sexual predator and put him on her steering committee.
Well, I sensed something was wrong because of the teacher's abrupt departure from the school. I didn't know, and I didn't have information that I could pass on.
But your husband was principal at the school at the time.
Granite State Solutions is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
And you can tell them to go themselves.
You know, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
You gotta see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. Oh, I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember.
In 2012, Washington State voted to regulate, tax, and legalize marijuana. I was for it. Well, the evidence keeps coming in. Our new approach is working. Month by month, tax dollars are going to schools and police, not the drug cartels. Wasteful arrests are way down. Drug prevention programs are getting funds. Strict regulations are working. It's your vote, not mine. But it's working here.
The Boston Globe says just say yes on 4. For revenue, for progress, it's a better approach.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. We guarantee to make switching easier. We'll show up on time.
You're right on time.
As promised, to install Fios and set up the Wi-Fi that Janet, Jamie, Jenny, Gemma, and Jasmine need on their birthday.
Thank you.
For all their new devices.
You can't break me.
You want a piece of cake?
Switching to Fios is easier than ever. Now get 100 meg internet plus TV and phone for just $69.99 per month online. Hurry, this is the final week to get our best offer ever. Only from Fios.
I'm Maggie Hassan, and New Hampshire has a very clear choice. Do we keep going with a senator who repeatedly votes with the corporate special interests, or a new senator who sides with the people of New Hampshire? My focus has always been on creating opportunity for working families, making college and job training more affordable, lowering prescription drug costs, and always protecting a woman's right to make her own healthcare decisions. These are my priorities, why I approve this message, and why I respectfully ask for your vote.
Our neighborhood public schools. They are the bedrock of our communities. The place where 96% of our kids are educated. But even now, these local schools are losing more than $400 million a year to privately run charter schools. And if Question 2 passes, it will only get worse. We can't let that happen. To protect our public schools and the right of all our kids to a quality education, vote no on Question 2.
Well, tonight, workers at a Boston hospital want to get a ring back to its owner.
Yeah, Brigham and Women's Hospital tweeted out a picture earlier today. It's a U.S. Army ring that was found at the hospital. Now, the hospital hasn't been able to find the owner, so now Brigham and Women's is turning to social media. Important to hear, the initials REZ are inscribed on the inside of the ring. The hospital hoping to find the owner, hopefully before Veterans Day. That would be a nice landmark for it, and that's 1 week from today. But REZ, we were saying last name starts with a Z. U.S. Army, hopefully something will come about here.
We'll make a big announcement at the DAV 5K.
That's
you know
right.
anyone with those initials, they have his ring at the Brigham.
Up next, Eric, we'll take one more look at the weekend forecast.
We'll be right back.
My husband, like most about being a state trooper, is being able to help others. Wonderful father, always put his family first. My husband's not here anymore. Daddy's not going to come walking through that door one day. With this bill, there's going to be more accidents, there's going to be more fatalities. You're going to have families that are going to be without their loved ones. If it can happen to my family, it can happen to anybody's. Why would we take this risk?
The American moment is here. Two choices, two Americas, decided by you. Hillary Clinton will keep us on the road to stagnation. Fewer jobs, rising crime, America diminished at home and abroad. Donald Trump will bring the change we're waiting for. America, better, stronger, more prosperous for everyone. A plan for tomorrow, a future brighter than our past. The choice is yours.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Massachusetts has many great public schools, and we took it for granted that our kids would go to great public schools. But some kids aren't so lucky. Where they live, they don't go to a great school, and they have no choice. Imagine if your kids were trapped in a failing school. Public charter schools give parents a choice and are a pathway to success for these kids. If you like your school, Question 2 won't affect you. But Question 2 will change the future for thousands of kids who need your help. Please join me and vote yes on Question 2.
Thanks, buddy. I'm Kellyanne, and when I take the plate for New Hampshire, I'm up against a political machine that plays dirty, throwing millions in false negative ads. I'm out here knocking down every lie because New Hampshire deserves better. That's why I'm batting for good-paying jobs, to protect Social Security and Medicare, and help families pay for college. I approve this message because no matter what they're throwing at me, I'll never stop fighting for you.
May I be excused?
Get the new Xfinity TV app, and for the first time ever, stream live TV, watch on demand, and download your DVR shows anywhere. There are certain things that are real, undeniably authentic, like the adrenaline you get when you go full throttle, catching air when you bomb down a trail, finding fresh tracks on a powder day, and of course, owning the truck that can make it all happen. The Toyota Tacoma. The most awarded pickup ever, with a legendary history of capability and toughness. Toyota, let's go places.
It's an apple cider weekend.
I like that, yeah. You know, I've seen a couple of winter lagers already on the shelves. Is that too soon?
It's never too soon if you like them.
It's in the 20s and 30s tonight. This weekend, both days in the 50s for the most part. Cool but nice.
All right, enjoy. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for watching. Colbert's up next. Have a good weekend.